All right, welcome to our session. Hope everybody's here. We're going to get started. Great. So we're gonna work on the Didache here, just chapter 1. I'm not sure how many verses we'll get through. I've got all 6 verses here on the screen. We've got about 9 participants in here. So what I want to do is just give everybody a chance to try to do some translation, and then I'm just going to kind of ask some questions, and people can answer. Just try to be orderly and take turns, and you can mute your mic when you're not talking if you want, but like someone right now has a little bit of background noise, so just try to discern that if you feel like it's you. Maybe, yeah, there you go, that went away. So whoever that was has some background noise. So if that's you, just be aware of it, but it's not too terrible. And we're recording this, so we'll post this later on the site if you want to watch it again. So let's go ahead and get started. I'll just pick some people and just see if I ask you to do something you feel like it's beyond your ability. I don't know what everyone's level is here, so just go ahead and tell me, it's a little above me. Why don't you try somebody else? So um, Charles, you want to give this you want to give this title here a try?
Yeah, yeah, I'll try. Didache curio diete didoka apostolon tois ethnesin. So the teaching of the Lord through the 12 apostles to, I'm ethnesin. What's coming to my mind is ethnos or something like that, but it has an ending like a verb. So that's the best I can do on that part.
Yeah,
First person. Third person plural is what it's looking like to me, but I'm not sure that form right there.
yeah.
It could be an imperfect because it does start with an epsilon, but I'm not sure.
Well, that toy should be helping you out.
Okay, yeah, it's a dative plural then.
There you go. There you go. Yeah,
Okay,
and remember
I
this
was going too fast. Sorry.
the sigma iota there, the data plural. So yeah, the article helps you out. German and Greek are great like that. They give you the articles, kind of help you cheat. So yeah, the teaching of the Lord through the 12 apostles. And what's, since you're all into Wallace and the new Kostenberger and the Going Deeper text, what is, so you got dia here, through,
hmm
and then ton dodeca apostolon. What is that attributive construction? Remember the attributive positions?
Yeah, well, you have an article, then you have 12, which I would say, uh, I'm trying to remember the term, but basically, I would say that I would consider the doka an adjective. I'm not sure if it is, but it's a numerical aspect. And then
Yep.
um, you have the apostles, which is your noun. So
Yep.
that would be the first attributive position.
Yeah, nice. Very good. Yeah, first attributive position in English, you might say the good man. It's the way we say it in English. That's why it's number 1, because we're all nationalists, right? So English is the right way to say it. The good man, yeah. Okay, good. So there's the title of the Didache. And, it's funny, it's titled The Teaching of the Lord. There's a lot of, tons of allusions to the Gospels in here, although, more or less exactly, usually less like the Gospels. But a lot of Jesus' teachings are in here in various formats. So if you go through and look at the allusions to the Gospels, there's a lot of them. So the teaching of the Lord, it kind of is. And we'll see as we go through here, we'll encounter a couple teachings of Jesus pretty quick. So how about Keith, are you around?
Yeah, I'm around.
All right, you want to do the rest of verse, you want to do verse 1 here?
Okay, hode to it.
We're kind of losing your voice there.
Basically, it's saying R1 at 5 and one death. I'm not sure about the next word, but then it's P in
Yeah, so your mic cuts out a little bit, but I think I hear you all right. So hadoi from hadas, right, meaning way or road.
Yeah.
So the AC here, what is that?
That's in me, third person singular.
Third person plural.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Singular would be estin, so third plural, asin. There could be a movable nu, but there's not here. So there are two ways, right?
Yeah, there are two ways.
Yeah, so you might put a colon there. There are two ways, colon. Mia, that's the feminine form of one. So one, and then you have the genitive of life, one of life. And so what you have here is a kind of an implied form of pados there. One way of life, and then again, Mia Tuthanatsu, one of death, one way of death. So Hadas again is kind of implied there. So one way of life and one way of death. And then you have this post-positive de here, right?
Right.
And so you said diaphora, you're not familiar with that. It's pretty rare. It means like difference. And the difference. And then you have pale. You know what pale is?
Many. Yeah.
Pale. So that's the adjective for many or much. The masculine is palus, and then pale is the feminine, and then palu is the neuter. So it's the feminine here because it's still doing hadas, which is feminine. So the way, let's see, the difference between the two ways, is much or is great, right? So there's an implied estin in here. The difference is great between the two ways. That makes sense to everybody? I'll assume it does. I bet. How are you translating Pilkin and Matadzu? Pilkin. By Pilkin, I'm guessing you mean Pale? Let's see a Pilkin. Oh, yeah. So Pale means many or much or great. So I'm translating this as much. Yeah, sure, no problem. So Pale is much or many or great. So you have the difference, and then you have an implied estin here. Diaphora means difference. The difference is great. And then metaxu means between. And then followed by the genitive, between the two ways. And so again, you have the first attributed position here, article, adjective, noun. So the difference is great between the two ways. Yeah. Any other questions on that first one?
Could there be a chiasm there? Because a whole day starts out and it ends that way, and I just wondering because maybe the difference might be the center. I'm not sure.
Oh, that's possible. Yeah. Starts and ends with hodos. Yeah, that's totally possible. You'd probably have to like type it out there and space it out and see.
Okay.
But yeah, that's always possible. Okay, well, let's see. Number 2, who do we have here? Let's chat. Jordan Day. Jordan, are you around with a mic?
Yeah, I can unmute. Yeah.
Cool. You want to try? Why don't you try verse 2 up to like up to right here? Stop at se.
Imen uno dos tis suis esten afti. Proton agapisis ton theon ton puis andase.
Nice. Translate.
Therefore, on the one hand, there's the road of life, and it's this, or which is this. First, you will love the Lord, or you will love God who made you, the one making you, or who made you, the one who made you.
Yeah, nice. Good. The only change I would make is right here again. I think the way of life. That's the subject, and then the verb, and this is the predicate nominative. So the way of life. You said which is this? I would
This
say
is the way of life, maybe? This is the way of life?
yeah. Well, the way of life is this. Or yeah. This is one of the situations where you have a predicate nominative and a subject, and you have to decide which one is the subject. So since hadas is not articular, sorry, it is articular. So actually, I'd probably take this as the subject, he hadas tes zoes, and then take aute as the predicate nominative. Jeez.
Wouldn't the pronoun, though, be first rather than the articular verb?
Oh man,
And that-
I'd have to recheck that pecking order. So
I could be wrong, but I think Wallace says that the pronoun takes.
yeah, you might be right.
Could be wrong.
We can check it real fast here, thanks to BibleWorks. Predicate nominative. Yeah, he's got this pecking order in here. Pecking order. Pronoun has greatest priority. You're right. So it will be the subject. Good. So in this case, we'll take the pronoun as the subject in that case. Good call. All right. Good crowdsourcing. All right. So this is the way of life. So that'd be the predicate nominative. And then again, you got kind of a colon here. This is the way of life. Firstly, proton there, it's kind of an adverb. First, love God who made you. What attributive position is this right here? What attributive position is that poiesante in?
That's second.
Yeah, second. I always hammer everybody on attributive positions because by the time my students get to third year, they're like, oh, thank you so much. They hate me for a long time, and then they finally realize how useful it is. So, and then this, let's see, who is translating this? Brian, right? Jordan.
Yeah.
Jordan, can you explain to everybody what's going on with this? This is from poieo, so what's up with that eta?
It lengthens before the sigma.
Yeah, right. So this was poieo. You add that sigma tense formative, and the epsilon lengthens to an eta, right? And you have the anta here, so this is in the accusative singular of the third declension, right? Cool, so love God who made you. And then let's see, who wants to do the next? I assume everybody's got a mic. Rick, you got a mic? You set up? Who else has a mic? Brian, you have a mic? Casey, you're typing, right? Mike McCoon. That's all right. A lot of people are probably just listening. Charles. Mike's typing. Mike, you want to try taking on verse 2 there up to, let's see. Can you translate up to here, Mike? Just that clause. Deuteron ton plesion su hos seoton. We'll type this out, and if you haven't noticed, you can click the chat, and then you can see what they type there. I assume Mike's typing this out. Here we go. Yeah, that's all right. That's why I picked it. Picked the Didache so you couldn't use your recognition of the New Testament to translate it. So Deuteron means second, if you're needing some help. Secondly, we had firstly. So this is the way of life. Is this. The first thing is love the Lord your God who made you. Secondly, just giving Mike a couple seconds here. I'm not sure if you're actually translating or or if you're saying you're rusty and don't want to do it. Oh no, kids in the house screaming. All right. So so you have here secondly as an adverb, and then you have the accusative ton plesion, which means your neighbor. It's the neighbor of you, possessive genitive, as yourself, kind of the host of manner there, or comparatively to the extent that you love yourself. And what's missing here in this clause?
The verb.
Yeah, which verb?
Uh, Basically the you. It's implied.
Um,
Right?
Going back, uh,
yeah, Jordan. Jordan's all over it. Jordan's got a Greek keyboard and everything. Look at that. Agapeses is implied. Secondly, love your neighbor as yourself. So the way of life has two things. Love God, love your neighbor. That sounds familiar, right? Jesus. Come on, Christians. All right, so Jesus. Yeah, this is Jesus teaching. But then check this out. Yeah, and Leviticus. Thanks, Charles. You know, if William Varner were here, he'd applaud you because he wants you to give him back his Old Testament. So love your neighbor as yourself. Now we've got this clause to deal with. Ponta de hosa, etc. Who wants to give that a shot? Jordan, you want to give that a shot? Typing it, or speaking? I don't know if you have a mic.
Yeah, translate from panda to puis,
Yeah,
or read it.
yeah. The whole clause.
Panda de osa an thelisis genestesiu, kesiu alo mi puis. And as much as whatever you wish not to happen to you, you also don't do to another.
Where are you from, Jordan? What's that accent? It's so southern.
I'm from Georgia.
You got the modern Greek pronunciation going on with the southern Georgia accent. I love it. It's great. Okay. Good. So, and yeah. So, post-positive de, panta, and the accusative plural there, and hossa meaning whatever, and then you have this aeon theleses. Jordan, tell everybody what's going on with that. Parse it. Tell them what's up.
Yes, second person singular subjunctive with introduced, or it's kind of expected when you read eon. You're expecting the subjunctive after you read that.
That's right.
And then it's followed by the infinitive negated by me.
Yes. Yep. Good. And so whatever you desire, all things, whatever you desire, do not to happen to you. So all things you desire, and so this whole phrase is complementary to this. It's you desire not to happen to you. Also, you to another do not do. And now, what about poie? What's going on with that? Charles, can you parse that for me and tell me what's happening with it morphologically?
Okay. Well, poie is from poieo, and so what I'm seeing, it says, and you, Allah, made poie. So, well, let me think. I mean, because this is contextually, because the subjunctive is mentioned before, I'm wondering if that's related to it right there. But if you're just talking about if this is he, she, it, present active indicative from poieo, then is that what you're referring to? But it has may before it, and I'm not sure about that.
Yeah, it looks like present active indicative, third singular.
Hmm.
I think it'd be the same. I think it had the same accent and everything, but it's got that may in front of it, and may does not negate the indicative, right?
Right.
Negates other moods. So that's a good clue.
Sometimes the omega shows up as the diphthong, and so maybe it was lengthened, and so it is disjunct.
Yeah. So from poieo, as it turns out, remember the ending for the um, second singular imperative in the present is just epsilon. All right, so I can go back here actually and show you, like right here. This is the second singular present active imperative, lua. So if you add that lua onto poieo, what you get is that would be the second singular imperative, present active imperative. But this contracts, right? What's it contract to? It's kind of cheating because you have it right here, right? Contracts to A. So that's how you get poier. So this is
Okay.
present active imperative, second singular. It's a tricky one. So it's do not do. It's an imperative. So this is the inverse of the golden rule, right? Whatever you do not want done to you, do not do to others. It's the inverse of Jesus' teaching. All right, verse 3. Yeah, we're making some pretty good time. Cool. I figure we'd go for about 45 to 50 minutes, or until everybody drops dead from too much grief. So we'll see how long we go here. Number 3, who do we got? Who hasn't gone yet? Anybody want to go that hasn't gone? I want to try to translate here. You got Mike McCoon. Let's see, he was typing, right? He had the kids screaming, yeah. Who is T? T, you want to give it a shot? He said sure. Trilby from Texas. Nice. I was just in DFW last week. It was hot. Very hot. So you want to try doing verse 3 up to, how about this, up to there? Can you translate that? But this is the teaching word. Okay, that's close. Blessing y'all. Yeah, y'all. Texas. But this is the word, blessing y'all. That is all I got. Okay, cool. That's close. You got the but right, and then you have these words. Now, of these words, this is kind of this hanging genitive at the beginning. So, of these words, this is referring back up to these two commandments that are the two ways of life. So, of these words, then you have the subject. The teaching is this, or this is the teaching. Again, we have that subject with predicate nominative here. So the teaching, you might say the teaching of these words, in which case this would be an objective genitive because teaching is a verbal noun. So somebody has to teach something, which then makes possible the subjective and the objective genitive categories. So you might say the teaching of these words is this, or this is the teaching of these words. And then again, we're going to have a colon. And eulogeta, that is from eulogeo, and again, you would have eulogeta, but that again is going to contract to A, and so that is another imperative. Bless, and then you're supposed to bless this right here. Anybody can translate that? Kataraomai, to curse. So it's a middle verb. So instead of the omega here in the lexical form, you'd have aomai like this. And so whenever you add you convert this to a min to make it a participle, this right here is all going to lengthen. Yeah, bless the ones who curse you, right? Rick's got it. So the ao right here is going to contract to an omega. It's one of the contraction rules. So because you added a min participle morpheme, this ao lengthens to an omega. So kataromenus is those who curse. It's a middle slash deponent. Don't throw rocks at me for saying deponent, but middle slash deponent. And so you should bless those who curse you. Just it takes the object and the dative there. All right, Rick. Rick is back. You wanna try the next few clauses? How about up to? Can you translate to here? A short little clause. Yeah. Go ahead. You can type. That's fine. We can all see it and read it. And pray for your enemies. Right. Good. Pray. Prosyukomai. So it's a middle slash deponent verb, and then this the there ending goes on for the imperative second plural. So pray on behalf of the enemies of you, right? Pray on behalf of your enemies. Good. And Charles, can you do the next clause up through? Let's see. Can you do that clause up to there?
I will try. Okay. All right. Ne stuate de uper ton di con ton humas. Okay. Have a post-positive day, and then we still have the imperative ending. Ne stuo. I honestly don't know that verb form.
Yes.
But I see Hooper being taken as behalf. Diakoton, that sounds like diakonos, so I would say that that's ministry of yours.
Those who minister to you. That would, that would be the opposite meaning. Dioko, to persecute.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, so nesuo is to fast.
Okay. Nestuo. All right. Thanks.
You put it all together and translate it?
But fast on behalf of those who persecute you.
Yeah, or instead of but, here it'd probably be and.
Right, because it's not a law.
Yeah, you have pray for your enemies, and furthermore, it's kind of this is the use of dead, a signal, the next logical step in the discourse. And furthermore, fast on behalf of those who persecute you. Now, this next clause is fun. How about up to here, Jordan? You want to, or Rick Hobbs? Do you have a mic? I saw him. Oh, hey Rick. You wanna give this a shot, translating from Poya to Poyusin? Not right now, thanks. Okay. Jordan, you want to give it a shot?
Sure. You said read until what point?
From Poya to Poyusin right here.
Sure. Piogar haris anagapate tus agapondas yumas uhiketa ethni to aftopiusin. What favor, I guess it's implied, is unto you, or what grace unto you, what favor unto you, if you love those who love you? Do not also the Gentiles or the nations do the same?
What did you say for Toatu? Did you say the same?
Same.
Okay, yeah, good. kind of cut out. Good. So yeah. For what good or what kind of grace or what kind of favor or gift, what kind of grace is it if you love those who love you? Do not also the Gentiles do the same? Good. And Keith, you still around? You want to do the rest of the verse?
Yes, I'm around.
Cool. You might speak a little closer to the mic. It's a little fuzzy.
Okay, is that better?
That's a little better.
You love those who the J is put positive, and it's and then it's you, then the so God, then you those that's
You're still kind of cutting out a little.
okay.
So I think I heard a little bit of what you're saying. So the suntas here, that's from miseo, meaning to hate. This, and when you turn into the participle there with the ontas, you have misset ontas, and then this eo is going to contract to u, so that's why you end up with the u with the circumflex over it, and it means to hate. It's the active participle. So, and it's in the accusative, so you're supposed to love them. Love those who hate you. So you got to love. This is the direct object of love, and this is the direct object of mesuntas. Love those who hate you. And exeta, did you know what that's from, Keith?
Yeah, that's echo.
Echo, yeah. And you can see if you pronounce it out loud, exeta, you can hear the sigma in there for the future tense. So exeta, so you will not have an enemy. Ekthros, so the accusative here. So if you love those who hate you, you will not have an enemy. Okay? But you must love the ones who hate you, and you will not have any enemies or an enemy. Yeah. All right. Now, these next few verses actually get a lot harder. So we'll see how far we get into them. It's a little bit more difficult Greek and some words you're not familiar with probably, but still some allusions to Jesus' teachings here. So I'd say we'll go for about another 15 minutes and then call it good and see how far we get. So who else we got here? Rick, you want to type and give it a shot? Are you with us? You want to try just that phrase right there? Apeku ton sarkikon kai somatikon epithumion. I feel like I need Jeopardy music while Rick types. Yes. The apeko is a word. Yeah, abstain, right. So abstain, keep away from. It's something that Paul uses a lot in his hortatory sections, and so apeko is a vocab word you should know. So abstain from, and then epithumion, there's your noun, and these are adjectives. Yeah, abstain from the fleshly. Yeah, the fleshly and the somaticon, the bodily desires. Soma meaning body. So yeah. So abstain from the fleshly and the bodily desires. Okay. So we're still in the way of life here. Still talking about the way of life, and it's predominantly got the two greatest commandments to love God and love your neighbor, right? You have the two greatest commandments right here. And then we're going to have this kind of exposition. The teaching of these words is this. So this is all an exposition of what it means to love God and love your neighbor, right? So now we're getting into this. He's using the teachings of Jesus. You know, pray for those who persecute you, pray for your enemies, fast for those who persecute you, and all that. And now we're continuing on with moral exhortation. Abstain from the fleshly and the bodily desires. And Charles, you want to try? This one might be a little hard, but can you translate up to here, or give it a shot?
Yes, I'll try. Eontis soido rapisma estain dexion segona strephon autu kai tain alain, I think that is. Okay.
Yeah.
Eon is indicating that there's probably a subjunctive somewhere. So we see tis, it has the accent. So I think that is anyone. I'm trying to, I don't want to get, okay. Soy, soy of you. Now the dough with the omega, I'm going to take that as the subjunctive, and I think that Robert Plummer's Daily Dose kind of helped me with recognizing that if I'm right. Rapisma, I'm not familiar with that word.
Rapisma means blow or strike.
Okay, but below in the hand, a Dexion's hand, right?
Dexion is right.
Okay, right, yeah. Okay, yeah, right hand. Usually,
The right hand of God. And then Siagona is cheek.
Okay, all right. So if anyone may strike you on the cheek, on the right cheek, strephon, turn, that's from strepho, turn to him and tain alain. Alain, I'm trying to think alain right here. Is this
Alas, other.
Okay. Turn the other. Okay, turn the other cheek is basically what we're doing. Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Now over here with strepson, what we have is just from strepho. So I mean technically strepho like that, phi and then a sigma, and that turns into the C here. So strepson is just your imperative 2ms of the aorist active. But then the one part of your translation we need to improve is the soy do. What verb is this from?
That, okay. It's actually give. It's from Doron, right?
Close.
Is that right?
Close. It's from
Didomi.
Didomi.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's from Didomi, and the aorist stem of Didomi is do, like that.
Okay.
So in the subjunctive here, this lengthens, and then you get the circumflex over it, and you also have that. Yeah, so this is the aorist subjunctive, if anyone gives.
Okay.
And then the soy, it's in the dative because it's the indirect object. If anyone gives to you a blow in the right cheek, turn to him also the other, and then you have Siagana there is implied, the other cheek. Turn to him the cheek. Good. And if you do that, and what is essay right here? What is that?
That's the future me, isn't it?
Yeah, future me. What person number?
That would be he, she, it. So that would be third person singular, I think. No.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
You're right. Third singular. Yeah, and he will be teleos. What is teleos?
From teleo or telos means to be mature, complete, sometimes even integrity, something like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, so it's an adjective. It's distinct from telos. Telos is a noun meaning end or goal, and then this here is the adjectival form, teleos, meaning mature or perfect. Basically something that has already reached the telos. So turn sheet together, and he will be mature, or he will be perfect.
I have a question. I mean, this is more of an implication, but whenever you said give to be struck or hit or whatever,
Uh-huh.
it that sounds very passive. You know, I mean, so is
Very,
it passive voice or what's going on there?
no, hrapisma is an accusative noun. It's the direct object. So he's
Right.
give if anyone gives to you a slap
Okay.
on the right cheek. So it's very active. If anyone gives to you a blow.
Okay.
So he could have used a verb such as hit, and he could have just said if anyone hits you on the cheek. But
Yeah.
instead he's saying if anyone gives a blow to you.
Uh-huh.
So it's very active.
Okay.
Yep. Let's see, who's brave enough here to try this. Who else we have in here with a mic? Ivan, you got a mic?
Yeah, I got a mic.
Hey, Ivan, you want to give this a try? From Aeon,
Yeah.
Agri you say?
Yeah. First apologize. I'm in Central Standard Time, so I was a half hour late.
Oh, no problem, no problem. It's all recorded, so you can check it out later.
Okay, cool. Ean angaruse setis million en hupage meta autu duo. See, the first four, if someone like asks you,
It's compel or press into service, but compel works here.
if anyone asks you a million, that's a mile, right?
Uh-huh.
If anyone asks you 1 mile to go with him 1 mile, and I'm assuming there's an implied go to.
Well, you need to, this is not ask, this is compel right here. So if anyone compels you 1 mile or forces you 1 mile.
Yeah. Force you to do 1 mile. Metal to duo. Go with him 2.
Yep, right, go with him 2. Of course, implied million again, 2 miles.
Right.
Good. Let's see, since you just joined us, let's do another one. How about up to there?
Yeah. And argetis to imartian su dos auto kaiton kritonan. And let me see, if someone
Yeah, it's a tough one.
yeah. All right, is that from Iro, right?
Yeah. Good.
In 1 second. That if someone asks for your cloak or something like that.
It's not ask for. Iro is to take up or take away.
Take up. I'm sorry. Take. If anyone takes your garment or cloak or clothes.
Uh-huh.
Those give him los autokaiton kritona. Give him also the tunic.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so you have an adverbial kai. And how do you parse that? Dos?
It's from didomi. It's verb aorist, active aorist.
Uh-huh.
Second person singular. Middle.
Middle. Would it be active?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Aorist active imperative. Second person singular.
Yes. Yeah. So yeah. Be active.
Diddle.
The middle endings would be a little different. Like ooh would be the two singular middle ending.
Okay. Do you use Erasmus pronunciation or modern?
I use Erasmian. We have a couple of modern guys in,
Okay.
so we can all suffer with each other.
There you go.
The modern sounds pretty great. Maybe I'll switch when I'm like 45 and we'll drag it out long enough. It's even better when you have Erasmian speakers with like a Texan accent like me. You know, like do sal to ka ton katona.
That's funny.
All right. Let's see who wants to finish this up here. Let's do this last clause and we can call it good. This has been pretty fun. Who we got here? Anybody? Mike McCoon. All right. Give that last clause a try from A on to the end. If anyone takes from you what is yours, yeah. I need help with the verb. Apaite. Apaiteo. To ask from. To ask back. So if anyone takes from you what is yours, that which is yours, do not ask back, or demand. That's how some of the translations do not demand back. That op, I think, the prefix there to ask back, to demand it back. That's what it's saying. So if anyone receives from you what is yours, do not ask for it back, nor ude, or rather, gar, ude, dunasai. It's kind of an awkward phrase, but you should not ask for it back. The reason is you are not able.
Yeah.
Dunasai, so you got that aorist infinitive there. So it's almost like there's kind of an implied, would this be humes? Be the accusative. It's almost like there's an implied accusative plural there, or would it be singular? And she's, do not ask. If it's singular, whatever.
Yeah.
So anyway, singular. So you are not able, for you are not able to do so. And I think there it means not physically able, but yeah, you are not allowed. You're not able ethically to ask for it back. That's what it's saying. So, all right, that's cool. So we got the 4 verses of the Didache. I know some of you got here a little late, but that's all right. People have been dropping in and out. And I'm going to put this recording up on Exegetical Tools. I'll post it there pretty soon after I convert it and all that. So if you missed any of it, you can check out the rest.
Awesome.
But thanks for coming. I think we'll definitely do this again next week. For now, I'm going to do it Fridays at 2. I'm going to stick at the same time, Fridays 2 Eastern. And like I did today, I'll just kind of post on the Greek groups and let everybody know. I'll put the URL where everybody can join. And tell some more people. I'd love to have more people in here. And yeah, this was fun. I liked it. So thanks a lot, guys. Anybody want to say anything before we go, before I close it out?
That was great. Appreciate it.
Cool.
Yeah, thanks. It's really helpful.
Good. Good. All right. Well, can you tell us what to translate? What do you mean, in the meantime? or next week. Oh, yeah, I do kind of like doing it cold. I'll think about whether I want to like say what text we're going to do ahead of time, but doing it cold is kind of nice because it forces everybody to really think on their feet, and it also allows me to ask questions. If you prepare it all ahead of time and have it down cold, it might be hard for me to ask you questions that stump you and make you look silly.
That's right.
All right. Next week maybe we'll finish this up. I mean, these two verses could take us a while. They're pretty complex. And then I don't know if we'll keep going in the Didache or if we'll jump around, but I'll figure that out for next time. All right, thanks a lot. Any more comments? We can take it to the Nerdy Language Majors section, or you can post on the Exegetical Tools page. Thanks, guys.